painting is by Rose Frantzen of Maquoketa. It's entitled Iowa Shares. And I personally selected her for this commission because I had seen her style and I thought she could capture the passion and the issues that were confronting refugees from Indochina following the end of the Vietnam War. And it depicts the leadership of Governor Robert Ray, for whom I had the enormous privilege of working as he dealt with 3 different communities of refugees from Indochina. The first depicted are the Tai Dam. These were a diverse, separate ethnic people who had lived in China and Laos and who had fled communist control at the end of the war in Indochina and were in the American refugee system and about to be scattered all over the United States. And desperate to be kept together, keep their language and customs and kinship intact, they wrote to every governor of America saying, please accept us as a people. Only one governor responded, Governor Robert Ray. He lobbied in Washington, got the agreement of the White House that he could have all of the Tai Dam refugees. And they came together and had celebration, and they are still here as a people. The second is the story of the Vietnamese boat people in 1979 and 1980, escaping from Vietnam, desperate to live in freedom. On small, frail boats, they would sail out in the dark of night, paddle down rivers out into the South China Sea, and try to make it to other countries, facing the terrible rigors of storms at sea, of marauding pirates, of running out of water, of drowning. And when they would get to other countries and land, they were being pushed back out into the ocean because no country in the world, including the United States of America, was accepting any more refugees. Governor Ray saw a video of a news report from Southeast Asia showing one of these boats, a boat depicted in the painting, breaking up in the sea, the refugees falling into the waves, drowning before your eyes. And when he saw that, he said, we had 2 choices. We turn our back or we reach out a hand to help. And that night he wrote to President Carter and he said, Mr. President, if you will only reopen America's doors, Iowa will double the number of refugees that we have resettled. He became the first governing official anywhere in the world to offer to accept more refugees, and it worked. And the president changed our policy, and we accepted 170,000 refugees a year after that, eventually leading to more than 1 million refugees being saved and resettled in freedom, all thanks to the governor of Iowa. This woman in the center holding her baby is a Cambodian. She comes from a photo taken by Governor Ray when he and Mrs. Ray and I were in a terrible refugee camp right on the Thai-Cambodian border, where we saw 30,000 human beings strewn out, emaciated, starving, dying at the rate of 50 to 100 a day. They're depicted in the painting. And the governor came back and started a campaign called Iowa Shares. Iowa sends help to aid refugees and end starvation. And it raised $600,000, the equivalent of about $2 million today. And we rushed food and medicine and doctors and nurses to Thailand, to the Cambodian border, into Cambodia, to save thousands and thousands of people from death and starvation. It's an inspiring part of Iowa's humanitarian heritage, all provided by the leadership of Robert D. Ray, the governor of Iowa.